My name is Reed Spahn. I'm 17 years old, and I was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes when I was 12 years old. This is a little bit of my story. Growing up before type 1 diabetes, I was always a carefree, loving, and what some would describe as stubborn or headstrong kid, and there wasn't really a whole lot that could bring me down. It's hard to imagine that there was a time in my life before type 1 diabetes, just because it's become such a regular part of my everyday life. I was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes halfway through my 7th grade year. It was New Year's Eve when we were called into the hospital. I lost a lot of weight, drinking a lot, all the usual typical signs that would point to type 1 diabetes. I thought that I was just a little bit sick, get some medication, I'd be going home in a little bit. When the nurse that was in the room first said the words type 1 diabetes, it didn't really register in my head what that meant, but I do remember that looking to my mother and seeing her start to cry really scared me. Diabetes changed my life in more ways than I ever would have thought. I ended up suddenly having to be consciously aware of my health all the time, without any breaks. And it's a lot to put on the shoulders of someone who just wants to fit in, and just wants to be a normal child. I felt like I couldn't be who I really wanted to be. I felt like it controlled me. The days where I could be carefree, and the days that I wouldn't have to worry about my health, those days are gone, thanks to type 1 diabetes. I really didn't want to attend my first JDRF event simply because I didn't want to make my life all about type 1 diabetes. I just kind of wanted to ignore it. So I was taken kicking and screaming by my mother to my first JDRF 1 walk, and within the first hour of being there, my eyes were completely opened. I was suddenly surrounded by a community of people who all knew what I was going through, and who all knew the darkness and the sadness that comes along with type 1 diabetes that you really can't do away with. I started my involvement by just going to a few events here and then, and I applied to become a youth ambassador, and from then on I just grew and grew until I was selected to be part of the JDRF Children's Congress in 2017. The support and confidence that I've received through involvement with JDRF has allowed me to do the things that I once thought I couldn't do. It's allowed me to continue my passions for lifting weights, for music. I can still find ways to enjoy life and the things that I'd love to do. I go through sadness, I go through depression, but it's through the confidence that JDRF has given me that I'm able to continue on every single day. Without JDRF, I never would have met one of my best friends, my diabetic alert dog, Athena. Training her and bonding with her has been one of the most rewarding and amazingly fun experiences that I've ever had. And I never would have been there without JDRF. This is an everyday struggle. There's not a day goes by that I don't think about all the people that are affected by it. I don't advocate for a cure for myself. I advocate for a cure for everyone. I care about this community that I've become a part of. I care about the people that I've met along the way. And we need this cure for everyone. When you hear my voice, and when you see my face, I want you to know that I am research dollars at work. The research that JDRF does and funds allows incredible advances like inhaled insulin, continuous glucose monitors, and those are only the start. Your donations count. It is through your generosity that JDRF is able to achieve all the things that it sets out to accomplish. Insulin keeps people alive, but it's not a cure. And it doesn't remove the possibility of long-term effects and complications, which is why your donations are so important. JDRF cannot complete its mission without you. So for myself, and on behalf of the millions of people with type 1 diabetes around the world, thank you.